Actor Liam Neeson did. Stop making me laugh, please, okay? Actor Liam Neeson did an interview promoting his movie Cold Pursuit and was asked where he drew his inspiration for his character seeking revenge from. Here's how he answered the question and how he clarified it. Watch and listen.
I'll tell you a story. This is true. I'm not going to use any names, but I was away and I came back and she told me she had been raped, but she handled the situation of the rape in the most extraordinary way. But my immediate reaction was, I asked, did she know who it was? No. What colour were they? She said it was a black person. I went up and down areas with a cosh, hoping I'd be approached by somebody. I'm ashamed to say that. And I did it for maybe a week, hoping some black would come out of a pub and have a go at me about something, so that I could kill him. I remembered an incident nearly 40 years ago where a very dear friend of mine was brutally raped. And I was out of the country, and when I came back, she told me about this. And believe it or not, power walking.
Power walking.
Yeah, 2 hours every day.
You can
to get rid of this. And I'm not racist. This was nearly 40 years ago, but because I was brought up in, maybe I'm rabbiting on, Rob, so forgive me.
No.
I was brought up in the north of Ireland and brought up in the Troubles, the 60s, 70s, and early 80s. You sometimes just scratch the surface and you discover this racism and bigotry, and it's there. I didn't think about that. All those things surprised me. But it was this primal hatred, I guess, that really, really shocked me when I eventually came down to earth.
So how do you think Liam Neeson responded well? Do you think he responded well to this?
No, absolutely not. Like, why would he say, like, he was hoping to kill some black bastard upon learning his close friend was brutally raped over 40 years ago? That doesn't give him a right to,
so he don't
want to
black
kill.
People.
Yeah, basically, that doesn't give you a right to want to kill a black bastard.
You see, wait, hold on. This is my thing with white, and I'm just gonna be straight out there with white people feeling like we are the problem, we are the target, right? Because of his situation. His friend's situation, excuse me, he just wants to attack a black person, just automatically think that it's okay?
That's not right. Like,
exactly.
It's wrong.
Well, look, to me, I understand where he's coming from, because, when I did dig deeper...
Excuse me. Let me hear this.
I know, right?
Let me finish what he's saying, because he comes from a point in Ireland where there was a lot that's happening back from like the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
But what does it say
in America?
No.
Now, wait a minute. Listen, okay? Let's listen. I don't see him as a racist person. I know why. I feel his pain here of where he's coming from. I know he didn't mean to say that, but look, this is not. He came from the country of Ireland. Where
we in the U.S.
I know that.
I don't care what country he came from. That still does not give him a right to say that he should kill a black bastard.
What does it say? What does it say on the card?
Listen, let me just give this out here. No, I think one of you has that card.
This one, I can prove it to you right here.
No, I'm saying it doesn't matter which country you come from. That still doesn't give you a right to want to do that to any random black person.
These white people are something else, man.
Listen.
And he said what he said. He meant what he said. You said it.
He probably talking
and
about this one. I have it here.
Well, he did face. Look, he did face backlash on this.
Which he should.
I know, but look, I know he was referring back to the story of why he wanted to kill the person that was.
But look where it
him.
says.
No.
I got it here. I can read it. All right. American film producer Tariq Nasheed said, keep it in mind that Liam Neeson did say he just had some quote-unquote revenge fantasy. He actually went out for a week looking for a black person to kill, but he couldn't find one. So wait a minute.
Exactly.
Wait, what was you gonna say?
That's because someone had. Did you even hear the person? Someone being
raped?
Okay.
Any black person?
Did you just hear him say that he was being the person that was being raped? It was done by this person.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, so
All right.
Okay, so you know
Come on, let me hear
they're
this.
duking it out here, but this is my. I don't think it was right that Liam Neeson said that in the way he said it. He could have done that a lot better, but you know, you can't just walk around and where's the card?
Right there.
And just walk
Where-
around in the
I got my
neighborhood and wanna
sources,
kill.
people. I got my sources.
Where
wanna-
he was like he would
See?
looking for a week long for a black person to kill.
For
you
a
see,
black.
Yeah,
You see
random
that
person.
right there
Black
is
person.
wrong because you're not, you know, you can't just say a black person.
Wait, had that been a black man say that about a white person, he would have been arrested immediately.
And you know,
You see that?
he just could have done it a lot better and not, you know, call it. He would have
wouldn't
ignored
work with
this.
this kind of person.
And you know that's what I gotta say. He said that wrong. He should have said it a lot better. And yeah, so you guys have fun. Duke it out.
Well, look,
That's crazy.
Duke it out.
Well, Whoopi Goldberg mentioned this on The View, and where she said that people walk around sometimes with rage. That's what happens. Is he a bigot? No. I've been around a lot of real bigots. I could say this man is not one, because look, you got to realize to a point, and I happen to agree with Whoopi on this, because there are a lot of people here who can be real bigots that don't even have a point, or they just doing this just to start trouble, okay? Look, I understand where Liam Neeson is coming from, but he wasn't trying to start trouble because he was trying to describe a point in time, because he's doing the movie where it deals with a lot of these racial tensions, and that's why he brought this up, because he'd been through this from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. All right?
Listen, I don't care what he been through between the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That was still wrong for him to say, and he shouldn't have said that.
Choose your words
So-
wisely.
so
When did
wh-
he come to the U.S.? When did
Well,
he come to the
listen.
No, don't shut me off.
Listen,
Don't turn.
no, listen, no.
I'm talking. When did he come to the U.S.?
Listen, when did he
No.
come to the U.S.? He came to the U.S. a long time ago, more than 35 years ago.
So
Or
why you
30
just
years
gonna
ago.
answer that?
So look,
Why are you just gonna say that and then try to shut me down?
I'm trying to get my point across here, okay? Because look, this is not. I know we are in the point here where we're still dealing with racism in America, and I understand why he brought that point, because it has to be taught to everyone. Everyone in America needs to understand why we're still dealing with racism, not only in America, but all around the world here. We should be treating each other with respect, with courtesy, dignity, everything. Loyalty, all right? That's the only thing that needs to be done is loyalty, all right? We shouldn't treat each other like BS or
So
something.
do you believe he was wrong for saying what he
Well,
just said?
look, I know whether if he should have said it, he should have never said that, but look, there could be we all have disagreements, but look, but look,
You
he's not a bigot, okay, in my opinion.
seem unsure, to be honest.
Listen,